you guys come from? I mean, this is crazy, and this is just a warm-up, okay? But it's good to be here with all of you. And I didn't see when Justin asked you, but how many of you are here for the first time? Can I see your hands? Look around the room. Awesome. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. And, you know, kind of my job tonight is to try to wrap it up before Justin comes out and just kind of closes things up. But, I want to talk to you guys about vision a little bit, all right? A little bit about vision. And the reason I ask how many of you are new is because I always try to put myself in your shoes. I mean, I started this business over 30 years ago. And I remember getting invited to a business presentation like this. And the guy that invited me was a guy named Craig Tillotson. And you don't know Craig, some of you do. But Craig's very successful. And he's also very direct. And I remember when he first started to talk to me about this business, I don't know how you guys got in the room, but let me tell you how I got there. He started to give me a call and invite me. He started to tell me some things about Nu Skin and what he thought it could do. And he was doing very well at the time. And so as he started to talk to me, I'm like, he just wants to get me in so he can make money off me. This is what I'm thinking, right? Because I can go sell stuff, and that was my mentality. And I started to show that side of it. And about midway through the conversation, Craig stops in the middle of it and he says, you know what? I can tell by your lack of interaction with me that you think I need you. Let me tell you something right now. I don't need you at all. In fact, if you don't show up to that meeting tomorrow night, I am never calling you again. Got it? I'm thinking, geez, you know, what's wrong with him? And then he hung up. Now, what would you do? I showed up to the meeting. And I remember sitting in that meeting and listening, and I kind of was there like, okay, whatever. And as I'm there listening, about halfway through, all of a sudden I realized he was right. They didn't need me. I needed them. Because I knew that this company had something significant. And I knew Craig was leveling with me. And I knew if he was willing to walk away from me because of my attitude, there must be something here. And so I look back on that experience, and I'm so thankful for the fact that he was strong enough to basically just grab me by the collar and say, hey, whatever, you know? And it's changed my life. My wife, Liz, and I, she's somewhere here. I shudder to think if I didn't get involved in this company. Been involved now over 30 years, and it's changed our entire existence. You know? Not just how we live, but how we play, who we associate with, all those kinds of things. And what I want to appeal to you guys tonight about is, I know you've got some dreams. You know, An was kind of referring to some things about, is this all there is? And he talked a little bit about the freeway. You know, every now and then, I'm from Utah, okay? And, yeah, hey. And it's not California. I grew up for part of my childhood in California, but in Utah, every now and then I'll get caught on the I-15 freeway. And it's growing like crazy there, and so traffic can get horrendous on that freeway at some point. And I'm caught sometimes at rush hour, and I find myself thinking, and I said to Liz once, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Do people do this every single day? You know? Because it's been so many years since I was doing that to go make a living. And it dawns on me, are people doing that? And I know out here in California, you know freeways. Okay, my question is, do you like being on them? Do you like being on them to go out there and fight your way to try to find a living? You know, because if I find myself sitting there and thinking, I can't do this. I don't know how people do it. I want to talk to you about another way of living, and I want you to understand the freeway's always there. It's always there. And if that is painful enough that you want to make a change, you're in the right spot. One thing I do know is you and I are alike, and I don't even know you, okay? But all of us here, let me ask you, how many of you are here in the room tonight because you want life on your terms? Let me see your hands. There's a lot of people that want their own terms. You know, not life on your boss's terms, not life on your bank account's terms, not life on the terms of someone else. See, I always had this, I always revolted against authority. When someone ordered me to do something, my attitude, my knee-jerk was, why don't you go do it? Don't tell me to go do something. I'll do what I want to do. I'm going to find my own way. And I knew there was a home out there somewhere for me, but I didn't know what it was. And I'm college educated. I got my degree. But you know what? I found out after a period of time, I felt I was just going to school to be put to work for someone else. And that didn't feel right. I started feeling a little bit like Ron was talking about. Is that all there is? I mean, that's what I'm relegated to? That's what I'm going to do with my life? I'm going to go punch that time clock and go out there and just do something for a period of time. They're going to pay me whatever they think I'm worth, and I'm going to do it until I die or until I'm close to it. That didn't make sense to me. I wanted to go out there and chart my own course. I wanted to live a life that I wanted to live. I wanted to not have no lid on my head, and I didn't want people to tell me what to do. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it because I wanted to do it. You and I are the same, or you wouldn't be in this room. Okay? And I want you to understand there's all levels of interest here. Some of you here, maybe you're just looking to kind of, help supplement the household a little bit. Some of you here are looking for a change. Others are here looking to light the world on fire. And I want you to understand this vehicle can be that for all of us. The question is, what are you willing to do to get there? What are you willing to walk through to get there? What commitments are you willing to make to seek what it is you want? What are you willing to do to grow in the process to do that? The beauty that I found with this business, and many of you sitting in the room know this, is that you grow into becoming the kind of person that's successful in this business. But the thing that's great about it is we all come from the same place. No one has a silver spoon in their mouth here. The compensation structure is the compensation structure. I call it the animal. It just basically says, here I am. These are the percentages I pay. Here's the activities I pay them for. Come and mind me and do with me what you will, and I'll remunerate you based off of what it is that you earn. And I'm here to tell you, most people don't do what's necessary. Most people will come and say, hey, I'm just looking for a freebie. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong spot. You're going to have to work, and you're going to have to focus, and you're going to have to be willing to do some hard things. And if you're willing to do those things, in the process of doing those things, you're going to find yourself in a place you probably never were before. And you say, oh my gosh, look what I'm becoming in the process. And then people take notice. And then you start realizing who you're affiliated with. If you knew the people in this room, and you'll get to know them, these are people you want to hook your wagon to. These are people that will become some of the best friends in your life because they're in the trenches with you, looking for the same thing you're looking for. And this event this weekend, it's magical. Nothing like minds can come together. Is that right? It's unbelievable. Okay, so let's talk about a few things here for just a second. You can see here, wherever that's popping up. There we go. Let's talk about compensation for just a little bit. And I'm not going to dwell on this. Whoever invited you here can kind of break down the comp plan for you, go into some details. But I want you to understand here, there's compensation at all levels here. And I'm just not here with smoke and mirrors trying to project anything for you. I'm not going to do that. I know in some network marketing environments, they'll promise you the moon, and they never deliver. But I'm here to tell you, we've been around for over 30 years. Okay, we've gone out there and done what we need to do. We're the gold standard in the industry. And I'm here to tell you, everyone wants to be like us. And the question I have is, why would they want to be like us? Because I hear people all the time, we're going to be the next new skin. Well, that's easier said than done, because we're going into hyperspace. All right, we're going to a place no one's gone before. We're rewriting what it's like to become a viable network marketing operation, and those leaders involved, what their life can be like. We're redefining it. All right? And in the process of looking at this, you look along the way here, and you know what? Pick your number. What is it you're willing to do? What is it that you're seeking? I want you to know it's there. All the way up to a $500,000 average a year. And I'm here to tell you, I've been at that level now since my first year in the business. And it's been unbelievable. 30 plus years of that's an incredible way to live your life. All right? Now, was it easy? No. I had to stretch. Was there disappointment? Yes. Did I think I couldn't do it? Absolutely. Were there times I wished I didn't start? Yeah, there was probably some times. But I look back and I realize that journey has been so rich. And what's happened is that's just a byproduct of an experience that is worth more than what the dollar says. All right? Far more. Okay, and the fact that I've been able to help impact others along the way to lift them up to where they can go out and become the same thing is unbelievable. You know? So it's not just about getting your own. You're going to find the people that invited you here and those around you with an Upload support team are going to jump down to the trench with you. They're going to help match you step for step. They are not going to drag you, they're not going to do it for you, but they're going to match your energy. Okay, and those individuals that are there to help you, you couldn't actually go out and solicit them because you're not going to pay them anything. They're going to do it for free. Because the only way they're successful is by helping you become successful. Okay, and it's an unbelievable thing. And what I found in our culture is people that aren't even in your upline, there's sideline collaboration where we work together because we know that all ships rise as we do so. The collaborative effort of joining forces together so all ships rise is an incredible thing. And it's just not talk here. It's legitimate. We're unified. All right? And so you look at these numbers, and I don't know what motivates you, and I'm not going to delve into that right now. Get with whoever invited you here. Let me show you exactly how that's generated and what that means. And I just simply ask people, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself? And based off of their activity, I say, let's go to work. Let's go make that happen. Let's make that dream a reality. And I'll match your energy step for step. Just like when I started with Craig. You might not want to be as mean to them as he was to me, okay? But we move forward. So, the freeway is always out there, right? If you don't want to do this, the freeway is always out there. Is there more for you in life than that? I hope so. We're going to a place that everyone wants to be. We hope you join us, okay? So, along the way, how many have been on a success trip? I see your hands. What's your thoughts on those success trips?
Amazing.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but Sydney, Australia sounds like a pretty cool place to be. I know there's been some trouble with fires and stuff right now, but you know what? How many of you have been down under before? Not that many hands coming up. It's a cool place. And this is just one of many exotic places. You know, every 6 months, the company has success trips where you can qualify. You go through like the compensation structure I showed you. In essence, you go out there and just be successful in this business. Going out there and helping people and showing them how to utilize products themselves, how to sell products, how to share that experience with others. You just do that and do it continually. They're not just going to see your group grow. Okay, as you move product, others do, and you have a collective effort on your team doing the same. Okay, the formula for success here is you're going to be paid according to how many people you reach in the marketplace. If I'm one person out there selling, which we all do, I'm out there making money on my transactions, but if I involve others that are doing the same, and they involve others, and I find that, hey, we're all out there sharing the product and introducing it to others, and others are doing the same, as those numbers start to get bigger, you climb the ladder, right, as far as what happens with your organization. And along the way, the company says, hey, as you are out there moving that product, guess what? You can qualify to go on these trips. So every 6 months, you can go out and qualify to go to an exotic place. And we're going to find out shortly where the next one's going to be. And I'm telling you, these trips are crazy, are they not?
Yes.
I mean, I look at it and I'm like, you know, my wife and I, we can go pick a destination and go stay there, but you know the difference between that and a success trip? Is if I go, I still come from a mentality where we just, you know, just making enough money to cover the bills. That's my mentality even today. And so if I go on a vacation, I'm not going to stay in the nicest place. I'm not going to go and spend the money here. But these guys take care of you and force you to do it. Okay? It's actually better. When someone else is picking it up, it's even better. And that's what happens. And I can tell you, around the world, I look at the people on my team, and there's so many people that are motivated to get there because these trips, you know, push them to kind of go out and make it happen. Along the way, they build this business, and it's like, wow, how good can this be? So again, talk with whoever brought you here. They can kind of delineate what this all means and how you can qualify to be on these trips. Because every 6 months we're going somewhere. And it's always somewhere cool. All right? And so the culture here is so unique. Okay? We're just not here talking about, earnings and stuff like that. We're talking about what people can become, and we're taking them to exotic places as well. Not to mention, we've got the best products in the world. There's some pretty good-looking people in this room. You just look around at them, as Tracy said. All right? It's funny because I've been doing this 30 years, and this is true. I'm not making this stuff. I'll look at some of the people that have been doing the business about the same time as me, and I'm thinking to myself, they look the same as they did 25, 30 years ago. True? I mean, it's unbelievable. And they'll go back to their high school reunions, and it's like they're going back to the geriatric crowd, and they look like they're 20 years younger. I mean, it's unbelievable. All right? And so, it's an exciting thing. Now, here's what's going on. We're seeing things accelerate. You heard about the galvanic spa, okay? Facial spa, there on the right. It took about 10 years to sell over 2 million of those units, okay? The Luma Spa, 18 months blew past that number. Number one device in the world, okay? And that thing is accelerating at a record pace right now. It's the ceiling has not been met. It's still doing this. And so my point to you is simply this. You want to jump on that bandwagon. The beauty of this product, what I found, is men and women jump on it as a user of the product. Every morning, just a couple of minutes, and the difference in their skin and their countenance is amazing. And you might say, well, what's so good about that? Well, I'm here to tell you, if you use it, you know. Because as you're out there, people ask you, what? You look different. What's going on? Your skin looks so good. And you might think, well, if I'm a guy, I don't want people to ask me that. Oh, really? You want people to say, hey man, you're looking hammered, Hey, nice crow's feet, nice wrinkles, No one wants to look bad. Everyone wants to look good. And this will do that. Okay, it just happens. And it happens really quick. And so, as you're utilizing this, you become a walking advertisement. This is what I call a visual, emotional, consumable product. Visual because it elicits a change in the way people look. Emotional because they share, they talk about it, because they see the difference and so do others. Consumable because the gels and other things that follow that into the marketplace. Repeat business. All right? And so it's just not about one sale. This is like the tip of the sword into the marketplace. Absolutely insane. All right? Now I want you to understand a few things as well too. There's some things you probably won't hear about right here at this event over the next couple of days, but I can tell you there are things in the works. One thing I can tell you about this management group of the company and the leadership in the field, we've by far got the best leadership in the industry. And I would stack them up. I would stack them up against any network marketing company or any traditional company. They're the best of the best, and they have been for the last 30 years. And then the management team that's in place right now that is orchestrating things, I can honestly tell you, I've never seen a group of people that want to collaborate with their leadership as much as these guys do. Where they're willing to actually have an open door communication and invite people in with a co-creator mentality to take this company to the next level, to take it into the future where no one's gone before. Because they understand that together, we're way more powerful than if we're working apart. And so when you have a management team like that that's hooking up with the best leadership in the industry, they already have the number one selling device in the world, and they've got big goals, and everything's in place as the gold standard already. The future not only looks bright, we're going to redefine what it is to have success in this industry. And the question is, are you going to be part of it? I hope you will. Okay, I remember sitting in a chair just like you, wondering, should I do this? And I realized, what if I don't? What if I don't do this? And these guys go to the levels that they're talking about. What then? Don't bet against us. Don't bet against us. Because I'm telling you, there's people in this room right now that are going to light this thing up. They're going to light it up at a level where you're like, oh my gosh, where'd they come from? What happened there? Because there's many of you in this room, you've been looking for us. Okay, we're not here to talk you into anything. We're looking for people that are looking for us. And you're here. And I'm telling you, many of you know, because I'm talking to you. You and I have a connection. We're the same, whether we don't know each other or not. This business was meant to be here for you at this time. You need to understand I don't know if you want to call it luck or you want to just call it fate. You're here at a time when you're going to see this thing light the world on fire. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? I can tell you, you're in the right place. But I can't make you do it. You have to make that decision yourself. Now, you know how many meetings like this I've done over a 30-year period? Thousands. All over the world. And I can tell you, we have never been at a spot ever like we are right now. Where we got more collaboration, more brain power working on strategies and things to take us to the next level than I've ever seen. Okay? And you know what? We need more leadership. We do. And if you're looking at it and saying, you know what, I'm looking for you, you need to get together with whoever invited you here, because the bottom line is, here you sit right now. We've shown you something. You can feel the energy. I feel it. And so you're sitting here right now. If you decide to engage and get involved right now, you're going to take full advantage of the information you've been given here tonight. But one thing I have found, and here's the deal. The Nu Skin is relaunching the North American market. So they're plowing their resources. Okay? This is a multi-billion-dollar company. And they're plowing their resources into the North American market. They're investing their money to do that into the field to create the energy they know is out there. All right? And so you have the information now. If you decide I'm going to wait till later to do this, you wait later, all this area in between, you can't go back and recapture that. You just can't. See, I've been around now for about 30 years and I've seen these growth spurts that happen. And I've had this conversation with people at various times in the growth of this company. And as we've talked about this, and I can see the ducks are lined up, I can see everything's there, I know what the story will do in the market, I know where we're headed, and I tell them, this is your time. And some of them hesitated, and some never did it. But guess what? We did it. They didn't participate. Don't pass up the opportunity. Because what I found is, it doesn't matter. Nu Skin doesn't need you. Just like they didn't need me. Just like if I go away tomorrow, it's still going to happen. Because it's already in motion. It's destined to become such. See, and they're focusing their energy and their money right here to do just that. You're in the best market you can be in. And the potential for the North American market is greater than any other worldwide. And here we sit. We've got so much growth. We did about 200 million last year. Here in the North American market. They want to hit 1 billion ASAP.
Yeah, baby.
And they're putting their resources in there. And so you're going to see this thing 5 times itself right here in this market. And what you're going to see is those leadership people that are involved during that growth cycle are going to find themselves in a position that's unbelievable. Just like when I got involved in the business, 30 years ago, they were doing about 45 million. In a period of 2 years, they went to 500 million. There's nothing like it. You want to experience something like that? Join us. Because here we sit. Now's the time to make it happen. So, let me talk to you about what takes place right now. And again, as I kind of alluded through the course of my conversation with you, if you're here looking for a part-time gig, we've got it. All right? If you're looking for a full-time gig, you'll know when that time's right for you. Some people ask you, when do I go full-time? That's not for me to answer that question for you. You'll know when that time is right. I've seen it all along the way as people look at it and they say, hey, you know what? I'm having enough success here that it's going to offset what I'm doing there. I'm going to make that transition. So that's the question you need to answer for yourself. But it's available. And with leadership and the ability to leverage yourself, as you're going out there and you're moving product to others, you're consuming product yourself, and then again, you don't even have to consume the product, but I suggest you do. Do I look like a skincare guy to you? I wasn't. But as I came into the business, I thought, you know what, if I'm going to sell this product to someone, I better know what it's done. So I started using the product. You know what my wife calls me now? A girl. She said that to me. She's like, you are such a flipping girl, man. I'm like, shut up. Look, no one wants to be the Marlboro man, if you know what that is. And I know no one wants to look hammered. Everyone wants to look good. Everyone wants to look as good for as long as they can. All right? And these products deliver that. And so, leadership, leverage, the ability to go out there and create an organization. See, because as Nu Skin grows, as you build an organization, you own a part of that channel of distribution. When I say own it, if you have distributors out there that are part of that growth of that market, and you're part of that conduit that delivers product to the end consumer, you're part of the fabric that this company is. See, and the beauty of that's real simple. They invest the money. They do. Think about it for a minute. We basically, we kind of, for every dollar that comes into the company, we kind of split it in half. They take half to go do their thing, the other half funds the commission structure, and we go to work. It's the best deal going. Because that building in Provo, the other one in China, the infrastructure you see, all of this stuff out there, they're the ones that foot the bill for that. That infrastructure, those are our offices. How many of you been to the home office before?
Yeah.
Is it awesome? You walk in there and I'm telling you, you feel the Nu Skin spirit, don't you? You feel it because the people there exude it. The employees know that, hey, you're coming here, and they know that they work for you. Sometimes you think, well, the corporate guys are Nu Skin. No, they're not Nu Skin. They're part of it. You know who the lifeblood is? It's you. That company in Provo, you know why it exists? For you. When you go there, it's your company. When you go to an event there, it's your home. And they make you feel that way when you show up. Do they not? Yeah. It's unbelievable. Okay? And I'm not here to blow smoke up your skirt, all right? I'm here to tell you that's the feeling. If you don't believe me, go there. You go there, you'll be changed. You'll never look back. All right? And so, it's all here for you. So you've heard about it. We've got products. Visual, emotional, consumable products that make a difference, that move people. Okay? And people clamor for them. And you can't get these products other places because they're so unique. So people have to keep coming back to us. Okay? If you don't like sitting on the freeway, I've got another option for you. It's always there. What you got to lose, you can always go back to the freeway if that's what you want. But like Ron said, is that what you want for your life? Or do you want to be part of something great? Do you want to be part of something that's monumental, something that changes? When I say changes the world, I mean that because the impact for individuals, where their world changes and they help, influence the worlds of others, we're changing the world, one person at a time. And I've seen it. You heard about the Nourish the Children initiative and what that does. The goal is to eliminate world hunger. And then you've seen what we've done and you really investigate and you realize this is all philanthropic effort from great people that have gone out and become successful and given back. It's incredible. We're saving lives in the process. What more can you do with your life? And that's where we sit. Now, again, we're not going to give you all the details now. We just don't have the time. So get together with your everybody. If you need more questions asked, we'll hang around and answer some if you need some. But here's the deal. What you've heard tonight and what you've heard prior to tonight is I'm sure you've been given information and been talked to for a period of time. If you decide that you want to come and involve yourself with us, get together with whoever invited you here, okay? And make that commitment, all right? And as you do that, this event this weekend, okay, tomorrow and Saturday, it's going to start, about 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We'll have a few breaks. We'll have a recognition at night, and then the next day from 9 o'clock until noon. This weekend can change your life. In fact, it's going to impact the lives of so many this weekend. Get involved and register for that event. And go to the back of the room. Dave Goodman's back there someplace, all right? Go to the back of the room, and these guys are going to take care of you. They're going to give you $200 worth of product. Okay, did you hear what I said? Get together with whoever invited you here. Make a commitment to get involved. Okay? If you have questions, get them answered, right? Register for the event this weekend, and they're going to give you $200 worth of product. Just go to the back and do it. Now, those of you that are already distributors, is that a good deal?
Oh my God.
Okay. We all had to pay to come to this event. Okay? They're giving you product. Okay, in the process if you register for that event. Greatest deal I've ever heard of. So get together, Reverend Viney. I appreciate the time you've given me. Let's go do this thing. You won't regret it.